throw here. Stands back near his own end zone. Fires it out, and Gorkuber's got it. He's out past the 30, 40, midfield, down to the 40. He could go all the way. Oh, my goodness. So he must have had Helen Meyer the previous one. So Abby Haig tournament. Now here is a pitch. Snidey gets it. He'll go down in the backfield. Oh. So Francisco Rodriguez will take the corner kick, bending it in, a header and a goal! Chances for the team taking the corner. This one is bent in, a header, and it's off the goal post and in! And the Cardinals. Marty. Now a play in the middle, again pushed over. Monticello getting a little tentative here. Schlichting will down it. Here comes St. Cloud getting behind the defense here. Longnecker trying to make the shot. Lewis is battling Recklin Ellingson, and here's a shot. Outlet ahead. Gavin Roderick on the front end. Alexandria scored 11 of the next 13, and the Cardinals have played from it. Up the right side, he's got room, takes the shot. Save made, rebound. The 2025-26 regular season for the Alexandria Varsity Girls Basketball team after the season opener was postponed last week due to weather. It's a 3-game in 4-day stretch for the Cards, and tonight Alexandria makes a trip into Sartell for the annual meeting in Sartell High School against the Sabres. Good evening and welcome to our broadcast of Alexandria Girls Basketball. Whether you're listening in on People Radio K or you're watching our coverage tonight on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube, it's great to have you along as a guest. We hope you enjoy our girls basketball coverage tonight. We've got Jackson as our KXRA radio studio engineer. JP Boleen is our photographer as he is doing the live video stream for our YouTube channel. And covering tonight's game with the vocal activity, it's myself, Dave McClurg, and my broadcast partner, Russ Henricks. Russ, first of all, great to have you here this evening. I've enjoyed working with you in the past. I think you and I have done some baseball together. I think we've done some basketball together, maybe other sports that I'm not thinking of, but always great to have you on. I know that you're a big fan of Alexandria activities, an Alexandria Cardinal alumnus, and it's great to be partnering with you once again this winter.
Yeah, absolutely, D-Mac. It's great to be back again. I'm excited about the winter season coming up here. We had an exciting fall, lots of fun, and now as we get rolling into winter here, basketball and being in the gym every night and every other night, whatever it is, it's always exciting. And you're right, I love Cardinal activities, love Cardinal sports, and I'm excited to see the girls play here tonight under new leadership, and it's a changing of the guard. Wendy Kohler, obviously, legendary coach, retired in the offseason. So I'm excited to see Matt Helscher and see how he's put this program together.
Yeah, it is unusual to not see Coach Kohler in a gymnasium, following the Lady Cards with her expertise and everything. And Wendy, I don't know if you're plugged into our broadcast tonight, but we do miss you in the gym. But we know you're enjoying retirement, and there are so many other things that the doors are opening up for you post-coaching in the sport of girls basketball. But yeah, Matt Helscher, in some ways a little bit like yourself, an Alexandria alumnus, and he's excited about, guiding this girls basketball team. And, he's got the double benefit of having a daughter be a part of his varsity team this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was fortunate enough to coach Matt and both of his brothers in football and baseball, and, just watching him grow up. And, he's really just a cool customer, and he's a really good basketball coach. Having watched him coach over the last few years, just sitting at the table in our breakdown tournament, his knowledge of the game and his ability to relate to his players, and he did that obviously coaching for the boys and now coming over here to coach for the girls. And when you are, when you have that task of replacing a legend, and both of us, have a tremendous amount of respect for Wendy and Coach Kohler and all of her accomplishments. For sure, when you're replacing somebody like that, it takes a special individual, somebody who's very confident in their own basketball knowledge and their ability to build a program, and Matt's going to do a great job.
Yep, Matt Helsher in his first year as varsity head coach. He is an instructor in the Osakis Public School District. In fact, for the 13 previous winters, he did very, very well as head coach of the Osakis High School boys basketball team after he stepped aside because he wanted to focus on watching his daughter play basketball for her last 2 years. It turns out that the opening came up and Matt Helsher applied for it. He'll talk a little bit about that during our next segment when we feature our coach's conversation, the Alameda Health coach's comments, talking a little bit about, the cooperation that the Osakis Public Schools has given so that he can teach at Osakis during the day and then come over to Alexandria and coach the Cardinal Varsity Girls Basketball team. We are within 30 minutes of tonight's varsity tip-off. It looks like we'll be getting rolling right around 7:15 or so. We invite you to stick around as Juettner Motors brings you our pregame coverage. Special thanks as well to the other boosters of our Alexandria Cardinal sports programming. You'll be enjoying their messages during the course of this evening's broadcast. And again, thanks for joining us tonight. This is the first of 7 regular season Alexandria Girls Basketball game broadcasts that we'll have in the winter of 2025-26. Our first break is ahead here on our late media platforms. When we return to Sartell High School, we've got a conversation about 12 minutes in length with the head coach of the Alexandria Girls Basketball team. Matt Helsher is with us after this timeout.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Good service, good friends, and a great place to eat.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
First Western. You can bank on us.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
Resorts Marine in Osakis. Check us out for new and used boats, pontoons, UTVs, and golf carts. For the whole outdoors, shop us first, shop us last, just shop us. Resorts Marine and Outdoors in Osakis.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
For over 30 years, Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings. Quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Northland Building.
Fresh
family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
If you haven't experienced all new Woodies, you're missing out on the best clean in town.
We installed all new equipment and high suction vacuum service,
but kept our personalized touch with our pre-wash and hand drying service.
Get your shine on
at Woody's Car Wash in the heart of downtown Alexandria.
We welcome you back to Sartell High School with more of our Juettner Motors pregame show, and I'll admit the first colossal error of the broadcast was committed by the play-by-play guy tonight. We will not be featuring an interview with Matt Helsher because I did not look at the recorder closely enough, and when I actually pressed the button to think I was stopping the interview recording, I actually started up the recording after the interview was done. So Matt Helsher and I put together a fantastic conversation for about 12 minutes, but unfortunately we did not get a recording of it. So it's closed circuit between Coach Helsher and myself. So I will try my best over the next 12 to 13 minutes to share with Russ and share with you some of my impressions of the interview that Coach Helsher and I that we won't be able to air because of the technical difficulties created by the play-by-play guy tonight. One thing, as Russ, I mentioned before we were getting into the break here, of course, Matt Helsher is in a situation where his teaching duties are actually off campus. So he coaches in a different district from what he teaches in. And it's interesting because he mentioned to me that, before he even considered applying for the Alexandria job, he wanted to talk to the administration at Osakis because he has the last period of his academic day free, so that allows him to leave school a little bit early if he, in essence promises to, make up that academic time somewhere, whether it's before the start of a school day or, later on in the academic year and everything like that. But Osakis gave the double thumbs up. I think they know that, his daughter is part of the Alexandria Girls Basketball program. And it's interesting to note because Coach Helsher's son, Mikai, actually was a student in the Osakis public school system, and Matt got to coach his son, before Mikai graduated from Osakis High School 3 or 4 years ago, something like that. So, some of the things that happen behind the scenes, and I know that you've been involved in coaching opportunities before, but, a lot of different people factor into play. You can't just submit the application and then go through the interviewing process.
No, absolutely. That's something you see in the metro area quite a bit, because the schools are of such close proximity that a coach might teach at one district and then coach for another because it's a 5-10 minute drive, or they might actually live in that district but teach in a district they don't live in. So yeah, there's a lot that goes into that, obviously, between the two schools, and that's kudos, as you said, to Osakis to allow Matt to be able to do that, because it is a special opportunity to be able to coach your own kid, and having some experience with that of coaching both Tom and Dave, for Matt to be able to coach both his son and now his daughter. And, he's sacrificed a lot over the years. He's missed a lot of stuff, that McKinley has done and the game she's played because he's been coaching. And he coached last year in Osakis, after his son had graduated, and he still was there. And I'm sure there were times where, he's conflicted. I'd like to be there watching, but this is my responsibility. So we have that going on right now in Alec in terms of Coach Bigner, Chris Bigner, who I coach with in football. He teaches in Alec, but he coaches hockey, ironically, here in Sartell. So he drives every single day for practice and then for games and all that. So when districts can work together in a time when quite honestly we're struggling to find people that are willing to coach and willing to put that time in and willing to give back, so it's good that those two schools are able to do that, and we're lucky to have someone of the quality of Matt to take over the program.
Another variable that came into play here before Matt went through with the application process, he talked to his daughter McKinley, because there would be the scenario of, daughter playing for the dad and everything like that, and he wanted to make sure that McKinley was comfortable with that being a possibility. And again, McKinley ended up being sold, and I'm sure she would love to have the opportunity, and now she gets that for her final 2 years of her varsity career. But McKinley could have said, I think the world of Coach Kohler, and I would feel comfortable working with somebody. I think they talk a lot of basketball at home and everything like that, but no, I think McKinley was definitely on board with Matt, looking forward to completing the application.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not easy. We had the football banquet on Monday, and I'm so glad that you and Z-Man were there. It's being the son or being the daughter of the coach or of a coach it's not easy. There's a lot that comes with that. Unfortunately, sometimes there's a lot of noise, and you have to be able to block that out. And so for her, I'm sure it's an opportunity. And Matt's learned a lot about that. I mean, he played, obviously, his dad coached baseball and coached basketball for a long time, and he has experience with that. And you learn from others that are around you. I learned a lot from Coach Empting from watching how he did that when Michael played, and then obviously we're seeing that with Coach Witt on the boys' side for Mason. So, kudos to both of them. And as they go out the course, as you go through the course of the season, I'm sure there's going to be times where, McKinley and Matt will look at each other, and it'll be less about, dad and daughter and more about coach to player with things that he sees and stuff that he wants. And, so the expectations are high for both of them, but they can handle it. And, and I'm sure it's going to be a special experience.
Russ Hinrichs and yours truly, Dave McClurg, with you for our Juettner Motors pregame show. Thanks for joining us tonight on our latent media platforms, whether you're listening on People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM, audio as well through the Voice of Alexandria app. We appreciate you watching our broadcast as well. Again, another one of our broadcasts. In fact, most of our winter schedule, if not all of our regular season events, will be live video streamed on the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube. There you get the live video with the KXRA play-by-play blended in. We've got J.P. Bolin as our videographer, and a special thank you to Integrity Title of Alexandria for being our signature streaming sponsor of our Alexandria Cardinals sports play-by-play. We had hoped to have a recorded interview with Matt Helsher to play in this spot of our Juettner Motors pregame show. The pregame coach's comments normally brought to you by Alamere Health. Unfortunately, technical difficulties, operator error, means that the interview didn't get recorded. But in the future, we will have Coach Helsher joining us for pregame coverage.
And it probably was your best interview of the year. I'm sure. And to think about, we missed that quality.
Yes, yes. So I'm trying to bring it out, with a little bit of banter, back and forth. Meanwhile, Sartell is being coached by Katie Martin. She is now in her 18th year in Sartell, and I informed her via email earlier today just to let her know that we were coming to broadcast. And I have all sorts of respect for Coach Martin. She was an elite student athlete at Eden Valley Watkins High School under Tom Jansen, and has been in the Sartell School District really most of her adult life. She and her husband have several kids, and I believe one is in junior high right now, so not that far down the line, she might be in a situation where she's coaching her daughter in the varsity girls basketball program. But Coach Martin, being that Wendy Kohler is retired from coaching, is now the dean of girls basketball coaches in the Central Lakes Conference, this being her 18th year. She had to wait a long time, though, before becoming the dean.
Yeah, absolutely. And that speaks to a couple things, right? It speaks to her, sustainability and the job she's done here at Sartell. And then it also speaks to, there's a lot of change in coaching right now. And I think, the likes of Coach Kohler, somebody who stayed in one of those positions for a long time, I don't know that, that we're going to see that in this next generation of coaching, just because how much all of that has changed. And, of course, the other thing that has changed between these two programs is they flipped classes. And so Sartell, for the last few years, going all the way back to, back in the 2000s, these were two teams that would often match up in the section tournament and section playoffs. And then when, the 4-class system, Sartell was in Class 4 and we were in Class 3, and you kind of lost some of that postseason. Well, now we've flipped, and now Alec is in. We're in Class 4, and Sartell's in Class 3. So, unfortunately, these teams still aren't going to be playoff rivals, but these are two good programs, and it's usually a pretty good game.
I want to ask you, being that we still are about 10 minutes away from tip-off time, of course, Alexandria fans are well aware that in a lot of different activities all throughout the school year, the move up in class has taken place, whether it's from Class 3A to Class 4A or Class A to Class AA for boys hockey, and even Class AA to Class AAA for sports like soccer and everything like that. I know that we've kind of gotten used to, in essence, having some new section rivals, schools like Elk River and Monticello and Moorhead and Bemidji may now start to appear more frequently on the schedule. Russ, when you found that out last spring, when the State High School League basically released their competitive section assignments, what was your initial reaction?
Well, we kind of had some inkling going in, for football going back to the fall that, Moorhead is one of the biggest schools in the state, and so we weren't surprised that they got moved up to 6A. And obviously with the team that they had, we kind of felt that last year when we played them in the playoffs, that was going to be the last time we were going to see them for a while. So that made that win even more special. But I think, it was kind of, we thought maybe it was going to happen in basketball, and really it's a reflection of two things. We have some really good numbers in terms of enrollment in Alexandria at the high school level right now, and I think some of these other schools, they've seen their enrollment decline. And so, when you combine the two, about our enrollment 9 through 12 is up, and these schools' enrollment 9 through 12 is down, and how much that the COVID era impacted that. But I think there's going to be a lot of change. I think it's going to be fluid. They do that every 2 years, so it's possible that these two teams could flip again in 2 years. And it's really hard on the athletic directors and those people that make the schedules, because a lot of times you make the schedules a year or two in advance, and so if you're competing in a higher class, and a lot of them their section seating is done by QRF, and then all of a sudden you have a schedule that maybe reflects you're a Class 3A team, and then all of a sudden you're a Class 4A team, you have to make some adjustments there, which the boys and girls have both done. I know on the boys side specifically that Forrest and the staff, they really made their schedule a lot more conducive to the Metro teams and the teams we're going to see in the playoffs. And so I'm sure you're going to see some of that in the other sports, but it certainly has had an impact on travel. I think if you're going to play more Metro teams at the end of the year, you probably got to play them in the regular season. So there's all kinds of impacts up and down, but I do think this is going to probably be a fluid thing for a while.
I believe in terms of teams that could have been adjusted up but stayed put, football and wrestling are two teams that did not have to move up in class. Alexandria is still in Class AA out of 3 classes for wrestling, and Alexandria staying in Class 5A for football, and that likely will be the Cardinals' home for many, many years to come. I was hoping, after Moorhead left the section and the Spuds started to get on that playoff run through November and late October as well, with Jet Feeney back to help out Moorhead's offense, I was kind of becoming a fan of the Spuds, because had they defeated Edina in the Prep Bowl game, we could have boasted that Alexandria was the last team to beat Moorhead in a playoff game.
Yeah, you'll probably be alone in this radio booth on that one there, D-Mac. It's hard to ever root for Moorhead in anything, but you got to give them credit. Obviously, they played. That is a brutal regular season schedule. You looked at when we saw that beginning of the year and the teams that they played, and the Maple Groves and the Minnetonkas. Those are some big kids and some big teams, and there isn't a huge difference between, we feel 6A and 5A football, except for those really top-end teams that have those, multiple 300-pounders who are Division I athletes. And they're, and all those guys are back, right? So it would not surprise me next year if Moorhead starts the year as the number 1 team. But, it was really an exciting, obviously, end to the year for them. And that just speaks to high school sports in general, high school activities, how much fun it is when your team can go on a run and you can do as well as you did. And last year was obviously a special year for so many teams. And, I'm excited for what's going to happen here in the winter with some of our winter sports teams.
Of course, we're focusing on the winter activities now, including our first Alexandria Girls Basketball broadcast of the winter. I think we'll put a wrap on our Juettner Motors Pregame show. I think Russ and I did a nice job filling in after the error on the play-by-play guy's part on not recording the interview with Matt Helsher. I will try to make amends in that with future broadcasts. We're going to take a break here, enjoy a few words from our boosters of Alexandria Cardinal sports coverage. Then we'll be back. We'll have the lineup introductions, the keys to the game, play-by-play as well of Cardinal Girls Basketball on the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube and on KXRA Radio. Now, this time out.
Trum Drug has things in every aisle that you won't find anywhere else, and many of them are made right here in Minnesota. Stop in and grab something for yourself, a friend, or family. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
As the seasons change, so do the needs of your car. That's when Alexandria drivers turn to Mike and Josh at Precision Auto. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust a pro. Precision Auto on 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria. Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at Cenex, your local hometown choice in Alexandria and Garfield. Owned by the community, supporting the community.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for experienced, hardworking people to join my company. When you work for us, you'll be home every night, no overnight hotels. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
The Tradesman Construction has built a rich history as being the premier, most referred, full-service general contractor in the area. They are a proud supporter of all Alexandria Cardinal teams. Find them online at tradesmanconstruction.com.
From the campus of Sartell High School, Alexandria Cardinal Girls Basketball is on the air. Thanks for joining us tonight on the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube and for tuning in on People Radio KXRA. 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM, and also available through your Voice of Alexandria app. We've got J.P. Boline as our videographer. Also, Jackson is our KXRA radio studio engineer, along with Russ Hinrichs. I am DMAC Dave McClurg. We are just a few minutes away from the presentation of the Star-Spangled Banner. We will feature the audio of that on our broadcast here. Of course, Carlson Music Center brings you the presentation of our national anthem for each broadcast. We'll talk a little bit first here as we rapidly approach play-by-play for the keys to the game, driven by Alexandria Motors. Together, let's drive with Alexandria Motors. For the Alexandria Cardinals, really some of the keys continue to attack on the basket. Alexandria put up 93 less than 24 hours ago in the win against Ricori, and obviously plays some strong defense and play an up-tempo game. Sartell head coach Katie Martin expecting that her team is going to be thrust with an up-tempo game. They would not mind playing that themselves, but Coach Martin did say that one of the keys is we need to make some shots. They've been getting good looks at the basket, but the shooting percentage is not to where she would like to see it as the season goes along. And then obviously when Alexandria does play some zone, attack and take some good shots against that zone. So those are the keys to tonight's game, presented to you by Alexandria Motors. Together, let's drive. And we will introduce the Altamira Health starting lineups for the teams in just a couple of moments. But again, your national anthem as part of our broadcast is being brought to you by Carlson Music Center. For all of your musical needs, visit online at carlsonmusiccenter.com. Again, our national anthem being brought to you by Carlson Music Center in Alexandria. For any and all of your musical needs, visit online at carlsonmusiccenter.com. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. Again, our lineup introductions brought to you by Altamira Health. It's better here. First for the visiting Alexandria Cardinals in the backcourt, freshman Riley Byer at 5 feet 5 inches tall. She'll be joined by 5'7" junior McKinley Helsher. McKinley is the daughter of the new head coach, Matt Helsher. Also in the backcourt, Abby Evink, a 5'7" junior. And then your front line will include Hope Stark, one of the captains for the Lady Cards, 5'7" senior. And she'll be joined by 5'11" senior Cade Hennessy, who has been a regular fixture in the starting lineup for Alexandria the last few years. She is now an upperclassman and is 5 feet 11 inches tall. Again, Matt Helsher, the head coach of the Alexandria Girls Basketball team. Amber Whipke, Jennifer Bruss, and Andrew Warren, the assistant coaches for the Cardinal Girls Basketball team. The Sartell Sabres starting lineup will include Kennedy Lewis, a 5'5" junior in the backcourt. She'll be joined by Gabby Schumann, a 5'7" senior. And then up front, you'll have Kaya Schumann, a 5'10" junior, along with Tess Hovda, a 6-foot junior, and 5'9" senior Marnie Kuzman. Katie Martin is the head coach of the Sartell girls basketball team. As I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, she was a star athlete at Eden Valley Watkins, then known as Katie Huschley. And her brother, Jason Huschley, is one of the Sartell staff. Sartell comes in at 0-2 on the year. This is the second conference game for the Sabres. Alexandria 2-0 on the year, and both of Alexandria's victories have come in conference play. So as you watch on YouTube, Alexandria will be wearing the light-colored jerseys, and the Cardinals will be attacking the basket to our left in this first half of play. 18 minutes is put on the clock. The ball is in the air, and the first possession of the night will go to Sartell. And the first shot of the night will be a three-pointer, and it is knocked down from the left side as the Sabres, Marnie Kuzman, will drop in the triple, and it's 3-0 for Sartell. Now Alexandria attacking as Sartell will show the player-to-player man-to-man defense. Out top, here's McKinley Helsher driving to the basket, puts it off the window and off to the side. No good. She gets the offensive rebound. A reset on the shot clock. Now Stark gets the ball in the corner for Hennessy, who tried to feed it inside. It gets turned over, and Sartell's coming the other way. Out top, Kaya Schumann with the basketball for the Sabres. Now it comes around to the left side. Marnie Kuzman in the corner, now feeds down inside, and Kennedy Lewis will get the basket for the Sabres, so the first 5 go to the home team.
Yeah, Sartell's moving well. You know, the little high cut action there, high post, I should say. Good cut there by Lewis. The Cardinals, you know, they just got to take those open shots. If they get them, let's take them and then try to rebound.
Pass goes down in to Kate Hennessy, who kicks it out. The three-pointer by Helsher doesn't go. Kate Hennessy collects the offensive rebound. Now Helsher looking to drive, and she works her way into the lane and gets tied up. The arrow will favor Alexandria, so the Cardinals will keep the basketball. 13 seconds remain on the shot clock.
Yeah, that was a good shot there, you know, by McKinley. You just have to, you see those open shots, you got to take them and see that first one go in. Nothing wrong with that. I'm sure the coaches will live with that.
Now the ball worked around, then inside. Nice reverse layup there as Riley Byer, the freshman, gets Alexandria on the board.
Yeah, Cardinals running some flex action there. Nice cut there by Riley. It's always good to get that first one.
So it's 5-2 in favor of Sartell, and now a pass inside. Nearly got turned over, but I believe we're going to have a foul on the play. And the Alexandria Cardinals will get the first foul of the game, and it's going to go on Kate Hennessy.
And that's going to be important tonight, I think, throughout the course of the evening. Just Kate, you know, playing, staying out of foul trouble, staying on the court, and that's going to be important, especially when you have such a young and inexperienced team.
Now the Sabres turn it over in the front court. Now a loose ball and back the other way in a scramble, and we're going to have a tie-up. And the Sabres are going to get the basketball back on the possession arrow. So each team with a giveaway there, and Sartell has the ball back. Almost 2 minutes into this game, it is 5-2 for the Sabres. As you watch on YouTube, Sartell is wearing the dark-colored jerseys. In essence, black shorts and jersey tops. White numerals on both the front and the back, and the word Sartell in royal blue on the front of the uniform. Alexandria with the white jersey tops, white shorts, black numerals, silver and red trim. Now the Sabres work the ball in, goes into the corner to Gabby Schumann. Schumann looking to lean in. Still about 15 seconds to go on the shot clock. Now Kuzman has the basketball. Now she'll hand it off. Then it comes out top. Tess Hovda has it. Medium range shot off to the side. And Kate Hennessy snares the defensive rebound.
Yeah, good defensive possession there by the Cardinals. Limit to one shot.
And now looking to drive is McKinley Helsher, but she had it stripped away. And now Alexandria gets the ball back. Outlet comes ahead. Helsher looking to attack. Shot dances off to the side, but a foul gets called, and McKinley Helsher will be going to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, good hustle play there by the Cardinals, just getting to that loose ball and then getting a quick transition there up to McKinley here with a chance for free throws, I should say.
Kaya Schumann picking up the foul, and free throws will be coming for the junior, McKinley Helsher. First one off to the side is no good. So it remains the 3-point Sabres lead with a little more than 2.5 minutes gone in tonight's game. Sartell 5, Alexandria 2. Second free throw on the way is off to the side and out of bounds. And last touch by Sartell. So now let's see. We might have a conference to see if this call gets overturned. But no official signal. Now they do signal Sartell ball. So
it might have been the right call there by that. You know, that one official comes in to help him out. But you always sometimes wonder the official that's standing right there 2 feet from it. How does he miss that? But,
right.
But in the end, you want him to get it right.
So the Sabres have the 3-point lead and the ball. Here's Gabby Schumann getting tied up, and I think Alexandria is going to get the basketball back. So That will be the Sabres' 4th turnover of the night.
Yeah, that was interesting. A lot of times the officials will let them, that was a quick jump ball, I thought. A lot of times the officials will let you kind of wrestle for it a little bit, but the Cardinals get the ball there on the alternate possession.
Now Sartell's going to extend the defensive pressure in the back court. Riley Byer to bring it up the floor, now across the timeline and into the front court. Now it goes to Kate Hennessy, now to Byer on the right wing. Her 3 rattles out. Scramble for the loose ball. Hennessy tried to save it. It'll be off her fingertips, out of bounds, back to Sartell.
Yeah, good look there by Riley, and that's a shot she's got to take. And she's a freshman, but she's played a lot of high-level basketball growing up, especially at the AAU level. So I don't think this, this is going to be too much for her. And that was a good look and good hustle there by Kate.
Now, meanwhile, a 3-point shot is no good for Kaya Schumann, and Helscher rebounds. Now it comes back into the front court. Alexandria can tie with a 3-point basket or draw to within 1. And here's the 3 for Riley Byer. Again, for our YouTube audience, Quality Real Estate brings you the instant replays. Riley Byer with the 3-point shot, and we are tied at 5. Now at the other end, Marnie Kuzman shoots the 3-pointer. That doesn't go. Offensive rebound, though, for Kennedy Lewis. And another look here for the Sabres. Skip pass goes to the right side. Kaya Schumann looking to attack, and it's put on the floor, and the Sabres will turn it over. Now 5 turnovers in the first 4 minutes of the game. Alexandria can take the lead with a basket here. 5-5 our score. Glenwood State Bank bringing you our scoreboard updates tonight. Here's Kate Hennessy on the dribble into the lane. She picks her dribble up. Now needs to get rid of the ball, and we're going to have a foul, I believe, called on Sartell. So the Sabres were looking to get the tie-up, and instead I believe it's a foul on Gabby Schumann. And that will be the first foul on the night. Sartell's going to go to the bench as Lauren Morris is going to come into the game for the first time for Sartell.
Yeah, that was one of those situations where you probably don't want to put it on the floor. Oh.
And now it looks like we're going to have a turnover, and offensive foul being called.
Hope Stark, I think they called it on a illegal screen.
Yep, so that will be the first foul on Stark. Second team foul on Alexandria, and turnover number 4.
And that was one of those situations where Hope is looking to try to set a screen, and unfortunately if you have the ball and you're the ball handler, you kind of got to slow down a little bit and let Hope get position. So if you go too quick, she's going to get herself there called for an illegal screen.
Kate Thompson also checked in at that last stoppage before the offensive foul for Sartell. Sabres have the ball trying to unlock a 5-all tie. Here is Kennedy Lewis driving. Her shot is banked off the window, and it's going to drop in. Second basket for Lewis tonight, and it is 7-5 Sartell.
And as a sophomore, Kennedy's been playing since she was an 8th grader, so she certainly has a lot of experience here at the varsity level.
Here's McKinley Helscher attacking the basket, but the shot danced out. And then a defensive rebound by Gabby Schumann. She had it poked away. Alexandria with the ball back. Another shot off to the side for the Cardinals, and the rebound goes to Sartell. Sabres by 2 as we played a little more than 5 minutes of this opening half at Sartell High School. D-Mac and Russ Hinrichs bringing you girls basketball play-by-play. Now the Sabres work it to the right side. The shot by Kate Thompson is off. Offensive rebound by Kuzman, then back out. Lewis cannot connect on the shot. Riley Byer with the defensive rebound. She'll hustle up the floor. She's got all the points so far tonight for Alexandria. Now Riley Byer gets behind a screen, straight on 3. That is going to be off. Kate Hennessy battling for the rebound, and it's going to be secured. The Cardinals' Abby Evink has it. Now we've got a shot on the outside by Hope Stark that doesn't go. Now another shot from the outside, this time by Helscher, doesn't go. And another rebound, and then another 3-point shot doesn't go before Kate Thompson gets the defensive rebound.
Now that was 4 there. 4 really good looks by the Cardinals, and they're getting a lot of offensive rebounds, and we're going to call a foul here. But just on that last possession, those are 4 really good looks, and I think as a coach, you'd like any of those looks, and hopefully they'll just go down.
Foul gets called on the Alexandria Cardinals' Hope Stark, so she now has a couple of personal fouls. She's going to be among the players coming out. McKinley Helscher will leave. Scotland Brown will make her debut in tonight's game for Alexandria. And, of course, one other substitution. I believe Kendra Wolf is into the game.
Correct.
And now we've got foul called on the Sabres as the ball was coming in, and it's going to be on Lauren Morse. So the Sabres are going to turn it over.
Yeah, every scoreboard, is a little bit different. And so for us as broadcasters, trying to figure out how they're going to put those fouls up there.
Yeah, they kind of are inserted from the side, and, and they don't stay up very long.
No.
So you need to pay attention, that's for sure. Now a bounce pass by Kate Hennessy is intercepted. Here comes Sartell the other way. The leaner by Morris doesn't go. Rebound by Kennedy Lewis, and then she gets open and makes the jumper, and that's going to prompt an Alexandria Cardinal timeout. I believe this is going to be a short timeout and a 30-second break on our platforms. In the first half in girls basketball on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, Sartell leads Alexandria 9-5.
Carlson Music Center, downtown Alexandria. Yamaha pianos and new unused equipment. Lessons and instruction. Learn from the best, piano and voice to guitar and violin. Carlson Music Center, for all your musical needs in Alexandria.
CM Woodworks produces high-quality cabinetry and furniture locally, right here in Nelson. See their showroom at 7300 39th Avenue Northeast in Nelson. CM Woodworks. Custom wood creations. Designed for beauty, built for life.
Welcome back to Sartell High School as we continue with girls basketball coverage. Alexandria versus Sartell on KXRA Radio and the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube. Russ Henricks, Dave McClurg, and videographer J.P. Boleen in Sartell tonight. Alexandria is down by 4. The Cardinals have the ball. Here's Kendra Wolf handling it. She'll work her way into the lane. The teardrop rolls around and bounces in.
Yeah, good aggressive move there by Kendra, just working on the dribble there, getting herself in position and putting it in. That was a good basket there coming out of the timeout for the Cardinals.
So it's now a 9-7 lead for Sartell. Bryn Darling now getting some court time for Sartell. As the ball worked to the left side, Lewis has it. I see Sydney Freeler is now in off the bench for the Sabres. Pass through the lane, intercepted, and Alexandria is coming the other way. Now it's Kate Hennessy handling. Over to Riley Byer. Those two with Scotland Brown, Kendra Wolf, and Abby Evink, your 5 on the floor. Now a pass up is going to be intercepted, and then a foul is going to be called at the other end. I thought it was going to be a clean block, but the officials are going to rule that Kate Hennessy has just committed her second foul. So, Russ, now you've got a couple of different starters with 2 fouls each.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier, it's going to be important for Kate to try to stay on the floor and out of foul trouble, and she didn't have much choice there. She was the one back, and yeah, like you, I think it was clean on top, but unfortunately they called her with a body there.
So the first free throw for Kate Thompson doesn't go, and she'll get one more. 10:22 to go first half. Sartell's lead is 2 over Alexandria at 9-7. Kate Thompson, a left-handed free throw shooter, cannot connect on the other one, and Abby Evink gets the rebound. Outlet comes ahead, and in the right corner, the 3 is good for McKinley Helsher. And again, for our YouTube audience, the instant replay being brought to you by Quality Real Estate. The triple by Helsher has put Alexandria on a 5-point scoring run, and we have our first lead change of the night. 8 minutes in, it's Alexandria 10, Sartell 9. At the other end, a triple doesn't go for Darling, and then an offensive rebound, follow up by Tess Hovda doesn't go, and Alexandria Scotland Brown will clear it. And the Lady Cards come back the other way. McKinley Helsher with it in the front court, gets behind a Brown screen. Now it's passed off to Abby Evink. Now to Wolf from the outside. The three-pointer rattles out. And the rebound for Kate Thompson. And it's Sartell basketball. The Sabres can take the lead back with a bucket here. Down by 1, nearing the midpoint of the first half. Helsher almost got a steal, and the ball will go out of bounds off her fingertips. Possession to Sartell. Kaya Schumann will re-enter. 23 seconds on the shot clock. Matt Helsher will go a little bit deeper on his bench as Ellie Hummelvig will come in for Alexandria. It's Hummelvig, Scotland Brown, along with Riley Byer, Kendra Wolf, and McKinley Helsher. for Alexandria. Those are the 5 players on the floor. Right side, Sydney Freeler has it as Alexandria now is shifting, playing some zone. Now down to 5 seconds on the shot clock. Freeler in trouble, and she'll put it up toward the basket, and it never made the rim. So that's going to be a shot clock violation, and the ball goes back to the Alexandria Cardinals.
Yeah, nice little change up there by Coach Helsher there, going to a little bit of a zone. It looks like a 2-3, could be a 3-2 or even a 1-2-2, just trapping there in the corner. But a nice job, and that's what you want to do when you change up defenses. Hopefully get them into a shot clock situation. I have to take a timeout here. But
yeah, the Sabres press back court, but Alexandria does get it across in time. McKinley Helsher now out. Here is a straight-on three-pointer, and that's good for Riley Byer.
Yeah, the Cardinals are Riley's getting some good looks for setting that high ball screen, and Sartell's going under, and as long as they continue to go under that screen, she's going to get some looks from outside.
So this is an 8-0 scoring run, including a couple of triples in the run, and it is 13-9, and now a shot gets missed. And here comes Alexandria back the other way. Riley Byer trying to work her way through. The ball stripped out of her possession, but Alexandria will keep the basketball.
Yeah, nice job there. You know, Riley just being aggressive, taking the ball to the rim, and it's going to result here in an inbounds underneath. Abby Evink's going to check back in.
Yep, she'll spell Ellie Hummelvig, who will check out. Also back in, Kennedy Lewis for Sartell. She's got 6 of her team's 9 points. On the inbound, the 3 by Helsher is good. McKinley Helsher drops in her second triple of the night. This is now an 11-0 scoring run for Alexandria as the Cardinals go up 16-9. This is going to prompt a timeout here for head coach Katie Martin and the Sartell Sabres. And we are going to, I believe, make this a full break. 60-second timeout on our platforms. And as we go to the break, let's give you the numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Alexandria leads at Sartell 16-9.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
Hi, I'm Dr. Emma.
And I'm Dr. AJ. We're the dentists at the Alexandria Dental Clinic, where advanced care meets a family-first approach.
From cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign to restorative work and pediatric care.
Alexandria Dental Clinic, your smile's new best friend.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, RX Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
A successful win isn't about the score. It's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
As we come back to live action at Sartell High School, the host Sabres girls basketball team trying to get off the 9-point scoring total, which is now been on 9 points for several possessions. Alexandria has strung together 11 in a row after Coach Matt Helsher took his team's first time out with his team down 9-5. And Alexandria has kept the Sabres off the board since. Right now we've got 18 seconds to go on the shot clock. 7:47 on the game clock here in the first half. And as one of the Sabres players is trying to work her way up the baseline, a blocking foul is going to be called.
I'm going to call this on Abby Evink, I think.
Yep, and it will be the first foul for Evink tonight. Team foul number 5 for Alexandria. Sartell has 3 team fouls. Now a ball intended for Kennedy Lewis. It's put on the floor, and now we're going to have somebody going over the back trying to get possession. And this will be Kendra Wolf picking up the foul. So that's the last foul that the Lady Cards have to give in this first half.
And, the zone has really given Sartell some trouble. They're trying to, flash that player to the free throw line there, which is what you're going to want to do against that zone, is flash somebody to the middle and operate from there. The Cardinals are doing a nice job of collapsing, active hands.
Now the ball worked around. It comes to the left side, then in, and now across. Kennedy Lewis puts it up too strong on the layup attempt, and now we're going to have a loose ball foul being called on the Sabres. So Alexandria will get possession, and the Cardinals will look to work against Sartell's full court pressure. And the
foul's on Kuzman there, I think,
yep.
her first.
Yep, Marnie Kuzman with the foul. Team foul number 4 in the half. You've got McKinley Helsher, Riley Byers, Scotland Brown, along with Ellie Hummelvig and Abby Evink on the floor. Cardinals up by 7 in the midst of an 11-0 run. Brown will attack the basket and put it up just a bit too strong. And the ball is going to be controlled by Kate Thompson. Then the outlet ahead goes out of bounds. Possession will belong to the Sabres.
Yeah, that was one of those where the Sartell made that adjustment. Now they were going to really show high on that screen, and so as a result, Scotland could just take it and drive right to the hole, and she did a nice job. Unfortunately missed the layups, but that was the right play.
Now we've got a three-pointer in the left corner. That doesn't go. It was shot by Gabby Schumann. Rebound to Evink, and now a turnover, and Sartell is going to capitalize here and get the basket. Kaya Schumann is going to score it, and the foul will be called on Alexandria Scotland Brown. So a basket here by Schumann gets the Sabres to within 5.
That's unfortunate there. Abby did a nice job there of corralling that rebound and then just put it down on the ground, which is probably not what she wanted to do there. Just find a guard, pass the ball up. As here, we're pushing it.
Yep, and now at the other end, a 3 is good. As the three-point shot knocked down by McKinley Helsher. 3 triples for Helsher, and Alexandria restores the lead back out to 7. It's 19-12.
Yeah, McKinley, Matt kind of sat her down there in the first half for a few minutes, and since he's brought her back, she hasn't missed a 3. So probably just settled down a little bit, started settling in.
Yeah, and now the jumper by Tess Hovda doesn't go, and Scotland Brown rebounds. Now here comes Helsher working her way up the left baseline. It goes to Brown, out top to Riley Byer. Now to the right side for Hummelvig. Now the ball reversed. Three-pointer for McKinley Helsher doesn't go, and I think we're going to have a foul called as Hummelvig was trying for the offensive rebound, and she got pushed in the back.
Yeah, the Russ Henricks jinx there.
Okay.
McKinley tried to throw one up there and missed it, but again, it was a good look, and Ellie Hummelvig did a nice job there of working underneath and was able to, really secure an inbounds underneath for the Cardinals.
The foul was called on Gabby Schumann. She becomes the first Sartell player to pick up a second foul. Now Alexandria with the ball, looking to establish its biggest lead of the half, in front by a 19-12 score. Glenwood State Bank brings you our scoreboard updates. Down into the corner, the 3 is good for McKinley Helsher.
Yeah, McKinley just running the baseline there. Really nice job by the Cardinals. Good ball movement, finding the weakness in that zone that Sartell's gone to, and that's their 4-3.
And now we're going to have a tie-up. The Sabres are going to keep the basketball. Yeah, Alexandria was not shooting the 3 ball very well at the outset. I believe the Lady Cards started off 0 for 5 from 3-point range, but since then it's been pretty much nothing but makes. I think 6 total triples in the first half for Alexandria. 4 for McKinley Helsher, the other 2 for Riley Byer. 10-point Cardinals lead at 22-12. Here's Kennedy Lewis handling out top. It goes to Kate Thompson. Around to the left side, looking to attack is Kaya Schumann. I believe the ball went off her knee, out of bounds. Interesting, Russ, even though Alexandria playing zone, the Cardinals were able to get a turnover.
Yeah, absolutely. They're just doing a good job, and Sartell's kind of been stagnant. They're not really sure, looking to cut and trying to find out, just where to go and attack that zone. And if they don't, it's going to continue to, really give them some trouble. So good changeup by the Cardinals.
Here is Helsher driving, feeding into the corner. The 3 will be off on the attempt here for Hope Stark, who's back in with 2 personal fouls. Rebound goes to the Sabres. Sartell down by 10 as we have 5 minutes to go first half at Sartell High School. Dave McClurg and Russ Henricks bringing you the play-by-play. Now on the right side, Marnie Kuzman with the ball. Then she plays it out top, and it's intercepted. That is now 11 first-half turnovers for Sartell. The Cardinals have done the better job at ball security with just 6 turnovers to this point. Now Byer nearly turned it over, and now we will have a turnover. So the DMAC jinx evidently is alive in the winter of 2025-26. Now the Sabres are going to give it back up as a pass goes through the hands of a Sartell player back to the Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm sure that, Sartell coaches there are just trying to tell their ladies, just calm down a little bit, take a deep breath. Everybody's really rushed right now. The Cardinals are creating a lot of that. They're creating a lot of urgency and anxiety. Oh, there's a turnover.
Yep, as Hope Stark was trying to connect inside with McKinley Helsher, who was slicing to the basket, but the pass was a little bit wide, and Alexandria turns the ball over. Just over 4 to go in the first half. It's Alexandria 22, Sartell 12. Left corner, the 3 by Darling doesn't go, and the rebound for Alexandria's Hope Stark.
Now there's the spot in the zone, and I think the Cardinals are going to give them that spot based on the results here for Sartell. So again, nice job. Sartell has really gone quiet here on the scoreboard.
Yeah, really. Midway through the first half, Sartell was down 10-9, and the Sabres have just one basket over the last several minutes as Alexandria has built the lead to 10. Kaya Schumann now working the baseline, getting it into the corner. Kennedy Lewis's 3 is off target. Stark gets the defensive rebound. That is Hope Stark for the Alexandria Lady Cards. So still a 10-point advantage for Alexandria as we approach 3 minutes remaining in the half. Pass inside by Stark, intended for Kate Hennessy, but it's intercepted by Sartell. Outlet pass goes out of bounds. 'Tis the season to be giving, and right now the teams are giving the basketball away far too often for either Sartell's or Alexandria's liking.
Yeah, it's a turnover fest. It's unfortunately, it's been like watching a Vikings game this fall.
Oh,
There's turnovers for everybody here. So, hopefully here in the last 3 minutes here, Cardinals have a chance up 10 to kind of create some distance.
Yep, looking to drive into the lane is Ellie Homovig, and her shot danced off to the side. Rebound goes to the Sartell Sabres. And now in the corner, the three-pointer by Bryn Darling doesn't go. The ball goes out of bounds, and the possession will belong to Alexandria.
Yeah, it's interesting. I thought maybe they might visit again and talk that over, but that might have been one of those where they didn't want to call a foul, and so just said that it was going to be Alec ball.
So the Lady Cards are up by 10. Again, if you're watching on our YouTube channel, Alexandria, the team flowing right to left on your screen. You've got Riley Byer, Scotland Brown, McKinley Helsher all on the floor. Here's a shot from Riley Byer that doesn't go. Also on the court at the moment, Ellie Homovig and Abby Eving. And now we're going to have a traveling violation on the Sabres, and the ball goes back to the Alexandria Cardinals.
Yeah, it's going to be real important here, I think, too. As you go down the stretches, Sartell's really having trouble putting the ball in the basket, and so they are in the bonus, and so we do not want to foul. We don't want to give them any easy looks.
Now,
a nice feed ahead.
Yep, an outlet pass, and Ellie Homovig got open underneath, and she will score, and Alexandria has now doubled up the count on Sartell. This is a 19-3 scoring run for Alexandria, going back to the first, I would say, 6.5 minutes of this game. Sartell at one point led 9-5, but it's been all Alexandria since, as the Sabres again give the football up, give the basketball up without giving up a shot, or getting up a shot, I should say. Brown has it top of the key, then it goes over to the right side to McKinley Helsher. She faked on the dribble and then took the jumper open from the lane and did not make it. Kate Thompson with the rebound. The Sabres cannot connect at the other end, and the ball is going to go out of bounds. And yeah, it seems right at the moment, and I don't mean to diss our host tonight here, but Sartell, it just seems like the Sabres are shooting at a basket that has a lid on it right now, ice cold from the floor.
Yeah, sometimes we say, that they couldn't throw it in the ocean, and so it is one of those situations where, you start pressing when you've missed that many. Nice move there by Riley. Yeah.
Yep, she leaned in and laid the shot up off the side rim. It didn't go, but a foul got called, and so Riley Byers is going to have the opportunity to shoot two. after the foul gets called on Kennedy Lewis. So that is her first, team foul number 6. Free throw is good for Bayer, and Alexandria leads 25-12. 1:29 to go in the first half. Now another free throw that will spin around and drop for Riley Bayer. She is now into double figures with 10 points. Her teammate McKinley Helsher also in double figures with 12. Alexandria by 14, and Evink nearly got a steal of her own. But Sartell will keep the basketball here. Kennedy Lewis, Sydney Freeler, Kate Thompson all on the court for the Sabres, along with Tess Hovda and Marnie Kuzman. Here is Lewis with the ball, not for long, and we've got a tie-up on the court, and it will belong to Alexandria. So interesting there that I think McKinley Helsher may have been the one to get to the floor there, and she smartly waited for somebody to tie her up. She evidently had in the back of her mind, we still keep the basketball if we get tied up.
Yeah, possessions are key, and so obviously she did a nice job there protecting the basketball, and again, we're able to beat this pressure. Oh.
Now Kendra Wolf tried to feed through the lane, and it's going to be intercepted as the Cardinals turn it over for the 10th time. Now we've got a runner. That doesn't go. Brown with a defensive rebound. Outlet back, a 2-on-1. Nice dish inside. Kendra Wolf dropping it off to Riley Bayer, and Bayer will score the layup. I'm going to, if you don't mind, Russ, I think we're going to give the dime for Kendra Wolf. We'll make that our Culver's play of tonight's game as the Sabres nearly turn the ball over. So the transition basket there with the assist to Kendra Wolf. Kendra's going to get our Culver's award tonight for the play of the game.
Yeah, it's really nice, as a coach, when the coaches, they'll run those drills at the beginning of the season where outlet, and that's exactly how it should look. That's exactly how you'd want it to be. Kendra, nice job there to Riley. Unfortunately, here now, it turn it over here now and creates a one-on-one situation for Sartell.
And the Sabres will score at the line as Sydney Freeler picks up the free throw, and one more freebie coming here. I think Abby Evink just drew her second foul tonight. Second free throw is good for Freeler, so she is into the scoring column. It's Alexandria 28, Sartell 14. Riley Bayer will be pressed in the backcourt, looking to feed ahead, and it's going to be out of bounds off of Sartell. Now we've got 25.9 seconds to go on the shot clock, or on the game clock. So shot clock in essence is off here. And I was wondering if we'd have a backcourt violation being under 35, but I guess we have a Sartell foul, so the discussion point is moot, I guess.
Yeah, and that's, again, one of those situations where, you're trying to be aggressive, and fortunately you're that far from the basket, and so this gives Riley an opportunity here to head to the line, and that's Kennedy's second foul, I think.
Kennedy Lewis with her second foul tonight, so both teams now in the bonus as Alexandria has 18 fouls and Sartell 7. Free throw by the freshman Riley Bayer is good, and she'll get the bonus. Freeler will check out as Gabby Schumann will re-enter with 24.1 seconds to go in the half. Alexandria by 15 in girls basketball. Second free throw off to the side, and Marnie Kuzman gets the defensive rebound. Up ahead to Kennedy Lewis. Lewis has almost half of her team's points in this first half of play. Now inside, Lewis tries to drop it off to Hovda. Then it comes back out. Down to 8 seconds to go in the half, and I think we're going to have a foul here, a reach-in. And that is going to be on
Greta Kelly, who checked into the game.
So that will be a foul. So that's going to mean a bonus opportunity here for Kate Thompson as she tries to get her name into the scoring column. Both teams making some player substitutions, trying to protect players that may have a couple of personal fouls. So one in the bonus here for Kate Thompson of Sartell. Free throw on the way, and it is good. That is the third make from the line for the Sabres, which means Sartell has, I believe, scored just 5 baskets from the floor tonight. Second free throw danced on the rim, no good, and the ball will be out of bounds. Last touch by the Sabres, so the Lady Cards will have it. And it will be Abby Evink looking to pass it in. Bryn Darling will re-enter as Tess Hovda will check out. So the Sabres are hoping to get a strip and then maybe one more shot before the half comes to an end. Now up the floor, here is Evink, and she'll try to get off a desperation shot, and it will go out of bounds. And did we have a foul? I see we've got 1/10 of a second on the clock.
Yeah.
And I don't believe there was a foul. It was just an errant shot, and the possession will go to Sartell. So once the Sabres inbound the ball, that brings the first half to a close. And the Alexandria Cardinals, in bidding to go to 3-0 on the year, are halfway from making that a reality. At intermission on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, Alexandria leads Sartell in varsity girls basketball 29-15. Along with Russ Henricks and our videographer J.P. Boleen, this is D-Mac, Dave McClurg. Stick around. We've got our Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report after we enjoy these words from our boosters of Cardinal sports coverage.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard. We build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western. You can bank on us.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for people who have experience and are willing to work hard. For those that do, you can earn up to 6 figures working for my company. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
From your first home to a growing family, life keeps moving. Hi, I'm Sarah Iverson with State Farm Insurance. Every change means something new to protect. Let's start a conversation today about your peace of mind because like a good neighbor, Sarah Iverson will be there.
Make it Juettner Motors your best price dealer. Make it Juettner Motors your best price dealer.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles 6 times for a great deal at Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
There is a man, an insurance man, located in the birthplace of America, where he is committed to helping you find the best coverage for your needs.
Welcome. I'm Keith. When you think of insurance, think of Bill Marks, where we do the shopping for you.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Welcome back to Sartell High School for our Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report. You're hearing it on People Radio, KXRA Alexandria. 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM, audio through the Voice of Alexandria app. Thanks for watching our coverage tonight. We appreciate Integrity Title of Alexandria being our signature streaming sponsor on our Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. Along with J.P. Boleen and Russ Henricks, I am Dave McClurg. And Russ, first half of tonight's game, kind of a sluggish start for the visitors, and then Alexandria was able to knock down some shots, but kudos to the Alexandria defense, either forcing a few turnovers or just doing a good job defensive rebounding. I think over the last maybe, 10.5 minutes of the first half, Sartell scored just 6 points, and Alexandria turned that 4-point deficit into a comfortable lead.
Yeah, Coach Elsher took that first time out. It was 9-5. We were down, and from that point out, we outscored them, like you said, 24-6. And so just a lot of good basketball there during that last 12 minutes for the Cardinals. And first of all, we made some threes. We got some good looks. We had some good looks early, and they weren't going down. We had that one possession where I think we had 4 open threes and didn't knock any of them down, but then throughout the course of the game, we just kept taking those same shots, and then they started to go, and McKinley had 4 threes, and Riley had 2 threes, and obviously those are the, 2 players that the ball is going to be in the hands most of their time, and they were able to get through that half. Kate picked up those 2 early fouls, and so now she'll be able to get back into the flow in the second half, and I just think that zone really gave Sartell trouble, and obviously as a coaching staff, they were going to make Sartell beat them tonight with an outside shot, and so far Sartell has really struggled to hit any of those.
Yeah, I think Marnie Kuzman may have taken Sartell's first 3, maybe the second 3 for the team on the night. She dropped it in, but that was the only made 3-point shot for Sartell, and as hard as the Sabres girls are trying, they just It looks ugly right now, and I think Katie Martin mentioned to me before we took air for the broadcast, we need to knock some shots down. We know we might see some zone, we might see some pressure by Alexandria, but bottom line, you got to make shots. You can't score if you don't make shots.
Yeah, absolutely. That was very prophetic of her to say that. It means obviously she knows her team better than anybody, and you look down the sheet, just looking in that first half, and Sartell comes into the night with 3 seniors, and you just wonder, they looked out there like a young basketball team. They looked like they were startled, didn't really know how to react to the zone and where the ball should go, and some forced threes that maybe, they maybe shouldn't be taking, move the ball around a little bit. Let's try to get the ball inside against that zone a little bit. And that might be how they attack it here the second half. If they're going to make adjustment, they might try to get the ball inside and see if they can get something going. And I really, they played some token pressure there against us. And Riley, did a really nice job of, just controlling the game and having the ball in her hands. And, I can see that maybe that might be something that Sartell does too, is try to speed up the tempo a little bit, force some turnovers, get some easy baskets, put some pressure on our guards. But so far, the girls have really maintained their poise, and that was a good first half of basketball.
Checking out some of the numbers during our Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report. 2 players in double figures for Alexandria. Freshman Riley Byer leading the way with 13 points. Junior McKinley Helsher knocked down 4 consecutive 3-pointers, and she's got 12 in the opening half. Kennedy Lewis leading Sartell in scoring with 6. Rebounds fairly close. Unofficially, Alexandria with 18 team rebounds. Sartell with 17 rebounds. Turnovers a factor. Sartell had 15 turnovers in the first half. Alexandria had 10. The Cardinals also doing well from 3-point range. 6 out of 14, where Sartell was just 1 for 10. Nobody in big foul difficulty. 2 Alexandria players have 2 fouls each. Kate Hennessy and also Abby Evink. 1 Sartell player, actually 2 Sartell players, Kennedy Lewis and Gabby Schumann, each have 2 fouls. So again at the half, it's Alexandria 29, Sartell 15. Our thanks to Eldon's Fresh Foods for presenting our mid-game report. Now on our Leighton Media platforms, we enjoy these words from our boosters of Cardinal sports coverage.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. Most of my crew has been here for decades.
The reason I've been here for so long is I love the variety and I love the different tasks throughout the day. A chance to operate many different pieces of equipment in any day.
Working here, I definitely like working with the crew. The guys are involved in training you and definitely help developing you as a person.
If I was looking for a place of employment, I would definitely apply here.
Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and I want to talk to you about your next career with us.
A broken tooth? Fixed in one appointment? Yes, we do that at Dental Health Associates with our CEREC crowns. We'll fix your tooth in one appointment, which means less time off work, less time away from your family, and more convenience for you. You're in and out in one visit.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Good service, good friends, and a great place to eat. It's the right time for a getaway. It's the right time for a getaway. Let's get away.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
Resorts Marine in Osakis. Check us out for new and used boats, pontoons, UTVs, and golf carts. For the whole outdoors, shop us first, shop us last, just shop us. Resorts Marine and Outdoors in Osakis.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
Ball, Alexandria holds a 14-point lead at 29-15. My thanks to Michael Wright from Leighton Media Alexandria. He is the public address announcer for Alexandria Varsity Girls Hockey tonight inside the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center. Third period score, Alexandria leads Apple Valley 3-2. Tomorrow afternoon, we will have play-by-play of Alexandria Girls Hockey when the Lady Cardinals face their section rivals, the Buffalo Bison. JP Boleen and I will have the broadcast for you as Jeff James will be off tomorrow. Game time is at 2, and we'll be on the air with the Juettner Motors Pregame at 1:30. Sartell gets the first possession of the second half. Kaya Schumann, Kennedy Lewis, along with Gabby Schumann on the floor, Tess Hovda, and Marnie Kuzman. We'll get the Alexandria 5 for you as we go along. Here is a drive and leaning in. The shot short by Gabby Schumann. She got her own miss. Now it comes back out, and the three-pointer off, and then Gabby Schumann's follow is up and good. So on a second shot opportunity, Gabby Schumann scores.
Yeah, Sartell, trying to attack, get the ball inside, and we did a good job there in the first initial shot, and I think we want to obviously limit them.
Now Abby Evings' shot goes off to the side, and the rebound for Gabby Schumann. Now in the left corner, the three doesn't go for Kaya Schumann, and a rebound here for Alexandria's McKinley Helsher. She'll race and then pass to Abby Eving. It's Scotland Brown along with Kate Hennessy on the court. Here's a nice feed inside from Hennessy to Brown, but the conversion is not made, and the rebound goes to Sartell. And the Sabres have it. So it's Brown and Hennessy, joined by Riley Byer, McKinley Helsher, and Abby Eving. Alexandria wearing the light-colored jersey tops, and now the Lady Cards are moving left to right, as you view on our YouTube channel. Alexandria leading 29-17, the Cardinals with the ball. It goes inside Scotland Brown, and she'll put the shot in.
Yeah, great feed there, great entry pass there by Abby Evink, and Cardinals are doing a nice job there in that offensive set, just screening, and that's a good first bucket of the second half.
So it's 31-17 for Alexandria. Ball worked around. Kennedy Lewis in the left corner, sinks the pocket three. That is her first triple of the night, and she now has 9 to lead her team in scoring. Alexandria 31, Sartell 20. A little more than 2 minutes gone by in this second half. Nice dribble, and then the feed inside, and the basket is good for Kate Hennessy. And then Alexandria head coach Matt Helsher is going to take a full timeout. So we're going to make it a 1-minute break of our own. The lead is a baker's dozen early in the second half in girls basketball. on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. It is Alexandria 33, Sartell 20.
For over 30 years, Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings. Quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Northland Building.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
If you haven't experienced all new Woodies, you're missing out on the best clean in town.
We installed all new equipment and high suction vacuum service,
but kept our personalized touch with our pre-wash and hand drying service.
Get your shine on
at Woody's Car Wash in the heart of downtown Alexandria.
Along with our videographer, J.P. Boleen and Russ Hinrichs, my broadcast partner, I'm Dave McClurg. Happy to have you joining us for Alexandria Girls Basketball coverage tonight. The Lady Cards are up by 13. Here's a three-point shot by Kaya Schumann from the left side, and it's good. So the Sabres narrow the gap down to 10 at 33-23, almost 3 minutes into this second half. Alexandria works the ball to the left side, and Abby Eving answers with a three-pointer of her own. Again, Quality Real Estate bringing you our instant replays. If you're watching on YouTube, Eving's triple is her first basket of the night, and Alexandria's up 36-23.
All of a sudden, the second half here, nobody can miss. In the first half, it was hard to get a basket. And, that was a big answer there by Abby. And obviously, Coach Helsher saw something he didn't like to call that timeout defensively probably. And there it is, Sartell trying to work that inside-out game now as they hit an outside shot. They dump it in.
Yep, Tess Hovda was able to get the basket. She stands about 6 feet, but she has a nice outside shooting touch. And now a pass gets intercepted, and Sartell's going the other way, and the layup is good. And that will be a basket there for Kaya Schumann of Sartell. And all of a sudden, the Sabres starting to creep a little bit closer. It's now a 9-point margin at 36-23. And I think Alexandria is going to turn it over here with an offensive foul.
Yeah, that's going to be 3 on Kate. Again, that's another one of those situations where it isn't always necessarily Kate's fault. She's trying to set the screen, and Riley just needs to be patient there, let her set the screen. But then again, everybody's kind of sped up there, and that results in a third foul on Kate.
So the Sabres are down by 9 and have the basketball. Alexandria has led by as many as 14. Now here's a dump inside. Shot danced off the window too strong by Hovda. And McKinley Helsher rebounds.
Cardinals went back to man there, person-to-person defense, just to throw a little wrinkle.
And now we've got a three-point shot. That is off to the side on the attempt there for the Alexandria Cardinals, McKinley Helsher. And the Sabres have it back, looking to work her way inside. The shot by Marnie Kuzman doesn't go. Then it's kicked back out. Three-pointer by Kennedy Lewis doesn't go. Another offensive rebound here for Sartell, and then another shot doesn't go. And yet another offensive rebound. Scramble for the loose ball. And I believe Sartell is going to be granted a timeout here before a tie-up occurs. So we are going to make this, I believe, a short break. Let's go ahead and make this a 30-second timeout. 13:25 to go, second half. Glenwood State Bank scoreboard reads Alexandria 36, Sartell 27.
Trum Drug has things in every aisle that you won't find anywhere else, and many of them are made right here in Minnesota. Stop in and grab something for yourself, a friend, or family. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
As the seasons change, so do the needs of your car. That's when Alexandria drivers turn to Mike and Josh at Precision Auto. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust a pro. Precision Auto on 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria.
Sartell taking the last time out as the Sabres were seeking to keep possession. Alexandria led at halftime by 14. Right now, the Sabres are to within 9. Here's Kennedy Lewis with the basketball. Now it comes back out top. Looks like Alexandria might be showing some zone. Down to 5 seconds to go on the shot clock. Here's a runner off the rim, no good. Kaya Schumann missed the shot. Scotland Brown got the rebound. And then a tie-up occurs, and the possession will belong to the Alexandria Cardinals.
Yeah, that's going to be one of the keys here. You can see early in the second half, Sartell's working to try to be more aggressive, certainly on their misses, and they're crashing the boards, and we're going to have to make sure that we limit them to one shot, because anytime you get those multiple look opportunities, the better chances you are, obviously, of putting one in. So I think that's going to be important. You have to monitor that here the rest of the way here.
Here comes Helsher up the floor into the front court, getting the ball off to Riley Byer. Now it comes back to Helsher up the right baseline. Shot goes short. Loose ball, and Bryn Darling picks it up for Sartell, and then she gets tied up. And the Sabres will keep it on the possession arrow. We've played a little more than 5 minutes of this second half. Alexandria led by 14 at the break. Right now the lead is 9. Kate Thompson will re-enter for Sartell, and she is going to replace Kaya Schumann.
I was going to say that we're going to initially give the ball back to us again for 2 in a row on the jump ball, but they got together and corrected that, and you can certainly tell, too, DMAC, the physicality in this game has stepped up a little bit as well.
Ball gets played to the left side. Darling got cut off on the baseline left. Now we'll pass it out. Here is Thompson further out now to Gabby Schumann. Sartell down by 9 with the ball. Short jumper is good, and that will be Lauren Morse, who checked in, getting the basket for Sartell, and she got fouled as well, and the basket counts. And that foul is going to be on Scotland Brown. That will be her second. And Al Brown's going to check out. Abby Evink will also leave. Ellie Homovig will come in for the Cardinals, and Hope Stark is also on the court. Those two joined by Kate Hennessy, Riley Byer, and McKinley Helsher. Morse's single free throw is good to complete the three-point play. And Sartell has scored 7 in a row to draw to within 6, now trailing 36-30. We still have 12 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the second half. Here's Kate Hennessy on the drive, and oh my, it looked like she may have been bumped a couple of times on that trip to the basket, and she will be awarded free throws here after the Sartell foul.
Yeah, good job there by Kate, taking it to the rim and taking it to the hoop, I should say. And if the other team goes on a run, let's get the ball inside, have a good possession, and see if we can get ourselves to the line here for a free throw or two.
Kate Hennessy's first of 2 spins out, no good. She will get one more. Alexandria 36, Sartell 30. Hennessy with 2 points tonight, and she adds to that with a free throw. So that snaps the 7-0 spurt for Sartell and gives the Cardinals a 7-point lead. Alexandria will show some, now a switch. Almost showing a little bit of a 1-3-1, and then kind of flexing a little bit here. Out top, Kennedy Lewis has the basketball, and now she works her way to the basket, and the shot goes off to the side. Helsher with the defensive rebound. She'll race the other way and then feed off to Riley Byer. And Byer will lay the shot in. And Alexandria goes up by 9. Again, our thanks to Quali Real Estate for bringing you the instant replays if you're watching tonight on our YouTube channel. Now, right side, it's Lewis with the basketball. She'll pass it over to Kate Thompson from the left wing. The three does not go. Loose ball, and it's going to be picked up by Riley Byer. Alexandria coming the other way. Now, it's going to go to Hope Stark, then back into the corner. Byer has it. Now to Hennessy, then around to the left side, and the long shot doesn't go, but Kate Hennessy gets the rebound, and then as she leans in, she got fouled, and free throws will be coming.
Yeah, another good work there by Kate down low, just fighting for that rebound and really just being stronger than the player that was next to her. An opportunity here for 2 more at the line.
Kate Hennessy made one of two during an earlier trip, and she gets her first one to drop in. And Alexandria has now scored 4 in a row to establish the double-digit lead. It's the Lady Cards 40, the Sartell Sabres 30 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard.
Now, you mentioned at the beginning, D-Mac, Kate was in that starting lineup, obviously, with, all of our seniors there for a couple of years. And really, her and McKinley are really the only ones that have a lot of varsity experience. So this is really a new group, and, they're learning on the fly each and every night.
Yep, exciting opportunity for the Alexandria Girls Basketball program. Now the ball gets worked to the left side. Evie Zinken is now in for the Sartell Sabres. She's joined by Bryn Darling out there. Also Gabby Schumann. Marnie Kuzman on the court as well. Here's the runner by Zinken. That doesn't go, and the rebound for Alexandria's Hope Stark. So the Cardinals get another stop and look to build on a 10-point lead. Handoff by Kate Hennessy to Helsher, and we're going to have a foul called, I believe, on Sartell's Kate Thompson here. And that will be her second personal foul.
Yeah, Sartell really showing hard now and high on some of that ball screen action, trying to take away that open three, and that roll will be there again from our screener.
The Cardinals with the ball up 40-30. Almost 8 minutes gone in the second half. McKinley Helsher working her way into the lane, and she was fouled in the act of shooting. So Helsher has the chance to earn some points from the free throw line.
Yeah, that's the other way to attack that, is McKinley just rejected the screen and took the ball right to the hole and found herself here get to the line for 2.
McKinley Helsher with 12 points, all from the floor tonight. Free throw on the way, and that's good. Well, we mentioned earlier about the DMAC jinx still in play. I guess it still works in reverse as well. So now a baker's dozen for McKinley Helsher to give Alexandria an 11-point lead. Scotland Brown will check back in as Kate Hennessy will head out. It's Brown along with Hope Stark on the court for Alexandria. You've got Abby Evink in, Riley Beyer, and the free throw shooter, McKinley Helsher, who drops her second free throw in. And Alexandria kind of tacking on a little bit here and there. The 7-0 Sartell run has been followed up by a 6-0 run for Alexandria.
And most of that work has been done at the foul line. And the Cardinals just having good possessions and, getting to the line and making some of those free throws and just calming the game down.
Now 42-30 Alexandria. Now we're going to have a foul being called here on the Lady Cards, and this one will be on Hope Stark, and that will be her third foul. Of course, Hope Stark, a multi-sport athlete. In the fall, she helped to guide the Alexandria girls tennis team not only to a first-ever Central Lakes Conference title, but a first-ever berth in the state girls tennis tournament. Alexandria won the Section 8 AAA title. But now as the Cardinals get a recovery and come the other way, Sartell's Marnie Kuzman commits a foul.
Yeah, real nice job there by Hope. She was overplaying the passing lane, easy for me to say, and was able to force that turnover and get the Cardinals here another possession.
Yeah, team fouls now, 5 for Sartell and 3 for Alexandria, so the Cardinals looking to win the race to get to the bonus first. In the left corner, the three is good. And that's number 5 from three-point land tonight for McKinley Helsher, as Alexandria goes up by its biggest margin of the night, 15 points as the Cardinals are in front, 45-30.
Yeah, just masterful ball movement there by the Cardinals. Really, they just quick three passes, found McKinley wide open.
At the other end, the three-pointer does not go for Hovda, but an offensive rebound for Marnie Kuzman. Another look here. Here's Kaya Schumann on the drive, and her shot will roll around and in. Kaya Schumann scores, and she's now into double figures with 10 points. And it is 45-32 in favor of Alexandria. Now the Lady Cards give the ball up. Sartell coming back the other way. Here's Marnie Kuzman. Shot no good, but she got fouled on the arm. And we'll have free throws coming.
You're going to call it on Abby, I think, or who are they in?
Yeah, it looks like Abby Evink will draw the foul, and she becomes the second player, or actually third Alexandria player to get a third foul tonight, joining Hope Stark and Kate Hennessy.
Yeah, that's going to be some of that pressure now you're going to see with little under 9 to go. Sartell's going to try to ramp up their pressure in the backcourt and, force us to speed up our game and hopefully create some turnovers. And I think if we can, find the holes in that pressure and some quick passes, we can get some layups here.
First free throw does not go, neither does the second, and Hope Stark clears the board for Alexandria. Lady Cards by 13 points at 45-32, and now we're going to have a foul out front being called on Sartell's Marnie Kuzman, and that is the last foul that the Sabres have to give in this second half. Here's Riley Byer getting the ball over to Abby Evink. Those two joined by Kate Hennessy, McKinley Helsher, and Hope Stark. Helsher's three doesn't go, and the rebound goes to Sartell as Kennedy Lewis quickly brings it up the floor. Goes inside to Hovda, then back to Lewis. Her three-pointer no good. Marnie Kuzman with the defensive rebound. Then a shot inside will be good, as the basket will be scored by Marnie Kuzman. And she now has 5 points tonight. 8 minutes to go in the second half. Alexandria's lead is 11 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard at 45-34. Russ Henricks and yours truly, Dave McClurg, with the play-by-play on our Leighton Media platforms tonight, including KXRA Radio and our Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube. We're going to have a tie-up here as the arrow favors Alexandria.
Yeah, it was, the right play there. They got the ball inside to Kate, who was then able to find Hope, and I think one more quick pass there, and you're going to be able to attack this zone. Oh.
Now pass into Abby Evink, then it comes back to Hope Stark. Now a drive and the shot off to the side by Evink, but Kate Hennessy has the follow, but that doesn't go. And the rebound for the Sartell Sabres. Here's Kaya Schumann trying to work her way in. That doesn't go. Hennessy rebounds for Alexandria. So the Cardinals still up by 11 with just over 7 minutes remaining in regulation time. Alexandria seeking a 3-0 start. Sartell looking to avoid going to 0-3 on the year.
Oh, good look there. Sorry, D-Mac. Good look there. Abby was in kind of that short corner on the other side, and we were able to find her and go to the line here. Didn't mean to interrupt you there.
No, that was the perfect time there. So foul on Gabby Schumann is going to put Abby Evink on the line, and Evink sinks the first free throw. Abby was held scoreless in the first half, now has 4 points this evening. 3 points. 4. Her basket was a three-pointer earlier. So got our numbers correct. Again, I'm looking up at this wonderful scoreboard, and again, there's a lot of content up there, so it's not always easy to work your way through.
A lot of content, and very little of it has anything to do with the game.
47-34 after Abby Evink made the second free throw, and then Kennedy Lewis will score on a dribble drive, and it's now an 11-point lead again for Alexandria as we go under 7 minutes. Cardinals 47, the Sartell Sabres 36. Front court, Riley Byer has the ball for Alexandria, feeding to Kate Hennessy on the high post, back to Byer for the triple, and it's off to the side.
That was a good look there, though. That's the way it should be played, and that was a good look by Kate, and Riley's doing a good job of moving in that zone. Do that shot again, or get that spot again, and we'll get another one.
Yep, three-pointer doesn't go by Marnie Kuzman, and then Tess Hovda tried to snare the offensive rebound. It will be off her fingertips and back to Alexandria. Now it looks like we'll have a player substitution as Kendra Wolf will come in, spelling Abby Evink, and Wolf will play the ball in for the Cardinals. Pass into Riley Byer, joined by Wolf and McKinley Helsher, along with Kate Hennessy and Scotland Brown. Sartell showing a little bit of a zone as the ball gets worked up the floor. Riley Byer gets it now to Kendra Wolf. Her shot from the outside, no good, but Scotty Brown with a weak side rebound. Now it comes over to McKinley Helsher. Her medium-range shot is good, and that's going to prompt Matt Helsher, the head coach, to take a timeout. This will be a full timeout, so we're going to make it a 1-minute break on our Leighton Media platforms. 5:56 to go in the second half. Glenwood State Bank scoreboard has Alexandria leading at Sartell 49-36.
Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at Cenex, your local hometown choice in Alexandria and Garfield. Owned by the community, supporting the community.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
Welcome to our broadcast coverage of high school girls basketball as we come to you from Sartell High School. Along with Russ Henricks, I am Dave McClurg. Right now, Alexandria is in front by 13 points. Sartell's Kennedy Lewis tries to trim into the deficit. Her shot doesn't go, and Scotland Brown rebounds the ball for Alexandria.
Yeah, I want to give kudos to Scotland Brown. She's really done a nice job in there of securing rebounds here during this important stretch in the second half, and that's been a key. Again, limit them to one opportunity.
Now, corner 3 does not go for Alexandria's Kendra Wolf, and Kennedy Lewis rebounds for the Sabres. Now a pass across the lane. Hovda can't answer, though. Ball got tipped, and Riley Byer will get it for Alexandria. Now a scramble for the loose ball, and we're going to get a tie-up. And I believe possession will go back to the Sartell Sabres.
Yeah, and that's one of those times where I think Riley just kind of wanted to, she was trying to look. She was caught in between, do I push it, do I pull it back, and ended up dribbling herself into trouble there. But again, play good defense here, limiting them to one shot, and rebound the basketball.
Yep, Alexandria leading 49-36. Kind of a wild shot by Marnie Kuzman. That does not go. Rebound to Ellie Homovig, who just checked in for Alexandria. Homovig gets it inside. Scotland Brown's shot no good, but that was a good quick look there by Homovig, Russ, to get it inside to Scotty Brown.
Yeah, and Ellie's kind of an interesting story. She played basketball, I think, with this senior group all the way, through the travel program, and then I think took a couple of years off and is back now this year as a senior after having not played, competitive basketball for a while, and she's getting some big minutes here, important minutes down the stretch.
Brown does not connect on the first free throw, so one more coming. Kate Thompson will re-enter for Sartell. The last foul was on Gabby Schumann of the Sabres, and she now has 4 personal fouls. So she goes to the bench with 4:53 to go. Scotland Brown makes the second free throw. She's got 3 points all this half, and Alexandria leads 50-36. The Cardinals have led by as many as 15 here in the second half. Here is Hovda getting it over to the right side to Kate Thompson. Now it comes into the corner. The 3-point shot goes over the rim by Kaya Schumann, but unfortunately for Alexandria, McKinley Helscher was not able to secure the defensive rebound. Good effort, but no security, so Sartell will play it in after a team offensive rebound. Now the Sabres have it back out top. Kaya Schumann sends it over to Kennedy Lewis on the right side. Now back to Kaya Schumann. And she'll feed it off to Hovda. Hovda's baseline shot doesn't go. Riley Byer with the defensive rebound. And Russ, again, pretty solid half-court defense for Alexandria there.
Yeah, absolutely. We've really clamped down here in the last few minutes, the last 5 minutes or so. Sartell got it to a 6-point game, and since then we've outscored them here 14-6, and a lot of that is done on the defensive end, just limiting their opportunities.
And now I believe as Riley Byer was looking to work her way toward the basket, she got fouled, so we're going to have free throws coming here, or at least one free throw. Kate Thompson picks up her 3rd personal foul. 9th team foul on Sartell here in the second half. Alexandria has just 4 team fouls. Here comes Hope Stark back in as Scotland Brown will check out. It's Stark along with Kate Hennessy, the free throw shooter Riley Beyer, along with McKinley Helsher and Ellie Homovig. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good for Riley Beyer to give Alexandria a 15-point lead. One more freebie coming, and if successful, the Cardinals would have their biggest advantage of the night. So with under 4 minutes to go, it's looking more and more like Alexandria will stay undefeated and keep Sartell winless in the process.
Yeah, with Riley knocking down those free throws, talk a little bit about her sister Lauren, who's a senior and has really been battling, through some injuries the last couple of years. I think she's getting closer, and it would be really cool if at some point in the season, you could see both of those girls on the floor at the same time playing together as sisters.
And I think Coach Helsher mentioned in the recording that we were not able to air because they didn't press the record button properly earlier in our Juettner Motors pregame show. He did indicate that maybe later on, possibly sometime after Christmas, could be getting closer to seeing Lauren Beyer. So hopefully, at least for the February and March schedule, maybe some of the January schedule, we might see Lauren Beyer on the court, and that would be a cool thing.
And that would be. And, in terms of that pregame interview, I'm working, Dave, just personally on trying to, give myself some grace and forgive myself. So you're good. You just forgive yourself on that one. No hard feelings.
Yeah,
we got lots of basketball left.
When we're people that have the tendency of being perfectionists sometimes, we kind of beat ourselves up a little bit, when things don't go well. I've been around long enough that some things will just cause me to, just let it go.
Well, I think that's why we work so well together, because that's kind of me too. So I hear you.
Yeah. So now we're going to have a stoppage. I believe Sartell head coach Katie Martin is going to take a short timeout. We're going to take our final break during play-by-play here. It's a 30-second timeout. Then we're back with the conclusion of this girls basketball matchup. Glenwood State Bank School Board in the second half. Alexandria leads at Sartell 52-36.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
On our latent media platforms, we hope you'll join us for more play-by-play on Saturday. We'll have a matinee of Alexandria girls hockey. The Lady Cardinals hosting Buffalo inside the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center at Old National Bank Arena. Game time is at 2. Juettner Motors pregame show will be on the air tomorrow at 1:30. That means our swap shop on Saturday will be it won't be preempted. We'll have about 25 minutes to swap shop before our girls hockey coverage takes over. Russ, we are still trying to fulfill that wish of having you host swap shop.
Well, that makes me nervous when you start saying you're going to preempt swap shop. And so, but it's good. It's good we'll get a few of those minutes in there tomorrow.
Yep, 105 to 130 tomorrow before our girls hockey coverage. Gabby Schumann could not connect on a three-pointer, and Alexandria's Riley Beyer secures the rebound. 2:25 to go in this one as Alexandria is about to go to 3-0 on the year. And out away from the basket, McKinley Helsher is fouled, and now the super bonus will be in effect for Alexandria after the 10th team foul. It's number 3 for the sophomore Kennedy Lewis. So McKinley 2 for 4 from the line, now going over 50%. She started off missing a couple and now has made 3 in a row, and that puts her at 20 points on the night. And now 21 as she makes the second free throw. So Alexandria's up 54-36. District 281 Mass says that's 60% of the points that belong to the Cardinals right now. Common denominator in the division being 18. Now we've got a pass over into the corner. Unfortunately for the Sabres, no one was there to receive it. I think that's only the third Sartell turnover this half. Both teams have done a better job of making sure if there are empty possessions, they're missed shots rather than turnovers. Alexandria turnover number on the night unofficially at 16, while Sartell is at 18. We're going to have another stoppage as a timeout gets called here by Alexandria. But again, we'll keep it right here. And Russ, again, it wasn't necessarily artistic for stretches of tonight's game, but in some ways, maybe this is similar to the home opener for the Alexandria girls basketball team against Wilmer 3 nights ago, kind of grinding one out.
Absolutely, and there's a lot of reward in that. Just the beginning of the year, just grinding out wins. I think, the games are going to look a little bit different throughout the conference than they have maybe in the last few years. But the results, might continue to be the same. And so if you look, the Cardinals have gotten off to a 3-0 start. You couldn't ask for much more. And the one thing that has been there, consistently is the defense. And, it has been a much cleaner half for both teams. But, Sartell's obviously having a hard time scoring. And the Cardinals have done a good job of playing defense after only giving up 30 last night to Ricori. They've only given up 36 here with about 2 minutes to go. And what do we got here?
Yeah, I don't know if we have an official stoppage here, but yeah, you're looking at there's a possibility that the Sabres won't hit 40 points. So at this point, I know that it's a small sample size, but the maximum number of points that have been given up by the Cardinals were 41 in that 7-point win against Wilmer the other night.
Yeah, absolutely. I think defensively, I always say, right, defense travels, and I think if you can continue to just play good defense, limit your turnovers, and hold your opponents to one shot, you're going to have a chance in most games. And here to start the year for the Cardinals, to get out to this good start, 3-0, building some momentum with really a whole bunch of new players and new coaches, and I don't think that Coach Helscher could have asked for anything more.
So Alexandria leads by 18. I'm not certain what the situation was for the change of possession here, but Sartell will turn it back over.
I think that was one of those where they called a timeout, and then the shot clock, I think it got down to 22, and at 25 it would have been a 10 seconds, so they had to make sure they were on the same page with that.
Yep, so Alexandria with the ball, 100 seconds remaining in the game as the Lady Cards are up by 18. Here's Kate Hennessy working down into the lane, pump fakes, and then puts her shot off the window and in. Hennessy was held scoreless in the first half, and now she's up to a half dozen. And Alexandria's lead is 20. Now out front, it's Kaya Schumann with the basketball for Sartell. To Kennedy Lewis. Lewis looking for some space. She's got it out beyond the arc. Now it's worked around to the left side to Kaya Schumann. Then to Lewis in the corner. Down to 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. She'll curl into the lane. Shot goes off. Nice deflection there by McKinley Helscher, getting it to Kate Hennessy. Then off. The shot by Riley Byer doesn't go, and it's going to be out of bounds. And Sartell will get possession of the ball.
I think they're going to call a foul just on Kate. She kind of ran over her there.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So that will be a foul number 4 for Kate Hennessy, but not enough to put the Sartell Sabres in the bonus. That's only the 5th Alexandria foul of the second half. So the Sabres have shot precisely 3 free throws in the second half and only 10 for the game. Cardinals have gotten the edge of made free throws and free throw chances as well. Alexandria by 20 as we're now in the last minute of the game. Now a bounce pass, and Kennedy Lewis picks it up right in front of the Sartell bench. She'll shoot the three-point shot. That doesn't go, and then a rebound here, and I think Riley Byer was able to corral it, and foul got called on Sartell. Guess we'll keep the bus warming up for a few minutes more as the foul gets called on Kaya Schumann. So 2 free throws at the other end for Alexandria's Riley Byer. Or tonight from the stripe, she is 5 out of 6. And she's got a 17-point game going.
What do you have on your stat sheet for rebounds for her?
I have her now a 7 on the defensive side.
I mean, that's a really, as a guard, she's done a really nice job of coming back and rebounding. So, you put her night together of, she can end up with here.
Yeah, it's not that far away from a double. She's got the double figures in the point total, but and she scored in a lot of different ways. A couple of 3-pointers. She's got some 2-point baskets. Obviously going 1 of 2. She's now 6 of 8 for the night from the free throw line. Final 15 seconds. Here's a shot off to the side by Marnie Kuzman. Ellie Hummelvig will rebound, and Alexandria can merely dribble out the clock. It will end up being a 21-point victory for Alexandria on the road. The Lady Cards came in averaging only about 35.5 points allowed, and tonight Alexandria allows 36, and the Cardinals get the victory. Final on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, Alexandria 57, Sartell 36. That's going to do it for our play-by-play, but we invite you to stick around on our latent media platforms after we enjoy a few words from our boosters of Cardinal sports coverage. We will get rolling with our Juettner Motors postgame report. Don't go anywhere.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for experienced, hardworking people to join my company. When you work for us, you'll be home every night, no overnight hotels. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
The Tradesman Construction has built a rich history as being the premier, most referred, full-service general contractor in the area. They are a proud supporter of all Alexandria Cardinal teams. Find them online at tradesmanconstruction.com.
Carlson Music Center, downtown Alexandria. Yamaha pianos and new unused equipment. Lessons and instruction. Learn from the best. Piano and voice to guitar and violin. Carlson Music Center for all your musical needs in Alexandria.
CM Woodworks produces high-quality cabinetry and furniture locally, right here in Nelson. See their showroom at 7300 39th Avenue Northeast in Nelson. CM Woodworks. Custom wood creations. Designed for beauty, built for life.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted Best Real Estate Company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
Hi, I'm Dr. Emma.
And I'm Dr. AJ. We're the dentists at the Alexandria Dental Clinic, where advanced care meets a family-first approach.
From cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign to restorative work and pediatric care.
Alexandria Dental Clinic, your smile's new best friend.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, RX Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
A successful win isn't about the score. It's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard. We build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western. You can bank on us.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
From your first home to a growing family, life keeps moving. Hi, I'm Sarah Iverson with State Farm Insurance. Every change means something new to protect. Let's start a conversation today about your peace of mind, because like a good neighbor, Sarah Iverson will be there.
Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram, Jeep. Make it Juettner Motors your best price dealer. Make it Juettner Motors your best price dealer.
Alexandria Cardinal Girls Basketball team gets into the win column as the Lady Cards go to 3-0 on the year after a 57-36 victory at Sartell. Welcome back as we bring you our Juettner Motors post-game report. Along with Russ Hinrichs, I am DMAC Dave McClurg. Videographer JP Boleen is behind the scenes, and we're going to get together and visit with McKinley Helsher, Jr. for the Alexandria Girls Basketball team. She is our selection tonight as our Quality Toyota Cardinal Athlete Player of the Game. Quality Toyota. How far would you drive for a great deal? You can visit online anytime at qualitytoyota.net to check out their selection, or the next time you're in Fergus Falls, you can visit their showroom located on West Lincoln Avenue. And McKinley, first of all, congratulations to you and the team on the win.
Thank you.
I'm going to ask you the number question because I know that we might have some people that are only listening in rather than watching on our YouTube channel, but when you do suit up on game night, what is your jersey number?
I'm number 21.
And is that a number you will look to keep for the remainder of your varsity career?
Yes, it is. It's been my number since I started in 3rd grade.
Excellent. McKinley, I know that this was a game where the Lady Cards got off to a little bit of a slow start. I think when Coach Helsher took the timeout, Sartell was up by 4 points at 9-5, and then your team proceeded to hold the Sabres to just 6 points the rest of the half and built the lead up to 14. What were some of the adjustments that the team was able to make to turn the momentum of the game into your team's favor?
I think the atmosphere of the gym was a big factor. We just kind of were all like jittery. We just got into our heads a little bit, and once we called the timeout, calmed down, came together as a team, and really figured out how to get on each other's sides, then that really helped us.
Did you feel that the pace of the game maybe was a little too hectic at the start? Is that a fair assessment? Or?
Yeah, Sartell's a really good defensive team, and they applied a lot of ball pressure. So, yeah, it was very hectic at times, but in the end, we were able to calm each other down.
You were able to get into a little bit of a kind of a hot streak, if you will. I had on my stat sheet, you were able to knock down 4 consecutive three-pointers. When that first one finally does go in, does that give you a little bit of comfort and maybe a little more confidence?
Yeah, definitely. I was not hitting my shots to begin with, and I got a little frustrated, and then I just needed to take time to regroup. And once that first one went in, I was like, okay, I got this. So, yeah.
Very good. McKinley Helsher is our special guest. She would end up leading the team with 21 points as Alexandria wins the game by 21, 57-36. McKinley, I'm going to let my broadcast partner, Russ Hendricks, query to you for a little bit, and then I'll circle around and chat with you again.
Perfect.
Nice job tonight, McKinley.
Thank you.
Talk a little bit just for the audience about, this year, obviously playing for your dad, and obviously you've done that a long time. Mm-hmm. Just what that means, just, as a player and just your relationship and how that's, kind of throughout the course of the start of the year.
Yeah, I'm definitely used to it. He's been my coach for a very long time in AAU and growing up in AYBC. We definitely have had to have a lot of talks and establish boundaries, what can be discussed at practice and at home. So I think we've really gotten the hang of that coach-daughter relationship.
And it's not easy, right?
No,
it's
not.
hard. And so, kudos to you for doing that. And you mentioned the atmosphere in the gym, right? Special night, obviously, you played a lot of basketball in St. Cloud for the Comets, obviously, and having played for, for Chris in here. So just talk a little bit about, your role right now in this team. Really, they're going to look to you and Kate for leadership, not just playing, but just leadership on and off the floor. Talk a little bit about that and how that's being established here early in the year.
Yeah, I definitely knew after losing 5 very talented seniors, I would have to step up and take a much bigger role than I did in the past. So I definitely had to work my butt off over the summer and this fall. And yeah, definitely leadership. Me and Kate have the most varsity experience on the team. So just being able to calm everyone down and just be big sisters to everyone.
You're off to a great start, 3-0. A good week, obviously, 3 wins. Congrats.
Thank you.
Keep it going. I'm sure we'll see you more throughout the year.
And McKinley, I know that this actually caps off a stretch of 3 games in 4 nights. When you're playing back-to-back games, is it tough to game plan for that last opponent on the back-to-back-to-back?
Yeah, it was. We definitely took our practice on Wednesday. We knew we had 2 opponents back-to-back. We just focused on what we needed to. It definitely was hard going into this game, not knowing too much about Sartell, about their play of game, their plays, everything like that, but we were able to figure it out.
I know that your team won't be back to defend the Section 8 AAA title because you're in the new section, Class 4A Section 8, but how excited are you to have the opportunity? You know, Brainerd, out of your conference, is the defending section champion in girls basketball. I know that we're going to have both of your games against the Warriors on our airwaves later on in the season, but how competitive do you think this section is going to be?
Oh, it's a loaded section. There's a lot of very talented teams, but I think we're here to shock a lot of people. A lot of people didn't think that we would get these first few wins this week, and I think we are here to play and shock a lot of people.
You know, it's kind of fun. I visited with your dad ahead of the broadcast tonight, and he talked a little bit about the process of even before submitting the application to become the girls basketball coach in Alexandria. I think when he stepped aside from the Osakis boys basketball coaching job, he wanted to do that to see more of your games along with your mom and other family members and everything. But he also brought up the idea that you had a hand in the decision-making process. I mean, was there some pretty healthy discussion, after your dad kind of brought that idea up?
Yeah, I was very excited I was really upset to hear that Wendy was retiring, because Wendy was a great coach. She was an amazing person. But I'm really glad my dad got the opportunity, because he knows the game very well. He's a very good coach, and I just think that it was a very good opportunity for him to take.
Very good. McKinley Helsher from the Alexandria Girls Basketball team is our special guest. It's going to be another pretty active week coming up. I think a Monday night game at Moorhead to start the week. Yep. I know sometimes Mondays aren't always the best days for playing games, but I'm sure you're going to be happy to get on the floor. And that's a very important game, because Moorhead is now a common section opponent. Mm-hmm. What do you think is going to have to happen to try to extend the season opening win streak on Monday night?
We do have practice early tomorrow to get ready for Moorhead. I think we just got to know personnel. We know Moorhead's long, lanky, tall, so we just got to find a way to maneuver around that.
Have you actually played a game in the last year or two in their new gymnasium up there? Or
yes.
What do you think of the new digs that they have?
I mean, it's a big gym. There's a lot of lights.
Right.
I like the gym.
And I think they've got stands on all four sides now, don't they? Mm-hmm. Similar to Detroit Lakes in that respect and everything. McKinley, we'll talk to you a little bit as we get into the next break here, but congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for the time, and good luck in the future games ahead.
Thank you.
There is McKinley Helsher, our quality Toyota Cardinal Athlete player of tonight's game. Alexandria prevails at Sartell 57-36. We'll have more of our Juettner Motors post-game report after this timeout.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles 6 times for a great deal at Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
There is a man, an insurance man, located in the birthplace of America, where he is committed to helping you find the best coverage for your needs.
Welcome. I'm Keith. When you think of insurance, think of Bill Marks, where we do the shopping for you.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. Most of my crew has been here for decades.
The reason I've been here for so long is I love the variety and I love the different tasks throughout the day. A chance to operate many different pieces of equipment in any day.
Working here, I definitely like working with the crew. The guys are involved in training you and definitely help developing you as a person.
If I was looking for a place of employment, I would definitely apply here.
Give me a call and visit my website, because we're hiring and I want to talk to you about your next career with us.
A broken tooth? Fixed in one appointment? Yes, we do that at Dental Health Associates with our CEREC crowns. We'll fix your tooth in one appointment, which means less time off work, less time away from your family, and more convenience for you. You're in and out in one visit.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
First Western. You can bank on us.
It's the right time for a getaway.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
Resorters Marine in Osakis. Check us out for new and used boats, pontoons, UTVs, and golf carts. For the whole outdoors, shop us first, shop us last, just shop us. Resorters Marine and Outdoors in Osakis.
Welcome back to Sartell High School and more of our post-game report presented to you by Juettner Motors of Alexandria here on People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM. Audio also available through the Voice of Alexandria app, powered by Mission Mechanical Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. We also extend a big thank you to Integrity Title of Alexandria for being the signature sponsor of our live video streaming of our Alexandria Cardinal Sports play-by-play all throughout the 2025-26 school year. Alexandria gets the victory by 21 points at 57-36. We'll go through some unofficial numbers here. I believe I've got all the scoring checking out here, and if I'm far inaccurate, I'm sure Russ, he's keeping his own stat sheet as well. For the victorious Cardinals, our postgame guest, McKinley Helsher, led the way with 21 points. Riley Byer with 18. Those were the two in double figures. After that, Kate Hennessy finished with 6. Abby Evink with 5. 3 points for Scotty Brown. 2 points for Kendra Wolf, and 2 for Ellie Homovig. I believe those were the players that got into the game. I think Hope Stark was the only one that participated tonight, and Greta Kelly. Those two actually got some playing time but did not get into the scoring column. So 21 for Helsher, 18 for Riley Byer, 6 for Hennessy, 5 for Abby Evink, and then 3 for Brown, 2 apiece for Homovig and Wolf for a team total of 57. Sartell had 2 players in double figures tonight. Sophomore guard Kennedy Lewis led the way with 11 points, and she was only a couple of boards away from a double-double on the night. Kaya Schumann ended up with 10 points, and then the scoring really dropped off after that. 5 for Marnie Kuzman, 3 for Lauren Morse, 2 apiece for Sydney Freeler, Tess Hovda, and Gabby Schumann. 1 on a free throw for Kate Thompson. Bryn Darling and Evie Zinken played tonight but did not score for Sartell. So the Sabres had 8 different players score. Lewis with 11, Kaya Schumann with 10, Kuzman with 5, 3 for Morse, 2 for Hovda, 2 for Gabby Schumann, and 2 for Freeler, 1 for Thompson. The team total 36. Alexandria would end up with unofficially 40 rebounds in tonight's game, and the top board getters, actually, McKinley Helsher and Riley Byer, a couple of guards, both with 7 rebounds tonight. And Russ Henricks, that's encouraging to see that, in many ways, rebounds can be collected individually, but fun to see, some of your guards getting those rebounds as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought that was, one of the turning points in the game in the second half was that, as they started to make a run, Sartell cut it down to 6. We really started to clean up the boards. We started to do a good job of limiting them to one shot, and just, as hard as it was for them to score at times, we didn't want to give them extra opportunities and extra chances to see the ball go in the basket. So, I think just an all-around really good basketball game, and this is what it's going to be, night in and night out in this conference. Certainly the Cardinals have kind of had the better end of the conference here for a few years, so I think the teams come in, with an attitude of, this is, we can kind of get these. They've been kind of beat up by the Cardinals here the last few years. So, but this is a really good start to the year, 3-0 in the conference, 3-0 in the season. And like I said, I don't know that Coach Helsher could have asked for much more here to start.
Yeah, that's right. So 40 rebounds as a team for Alexandria with Riley Byer, McKinley Helsher with 7 boards, Scotty Brown with 6 rebounds. I think you pointed out during the play-by-play, that was part of the effort of sealing off the glass, and Scotland Brown was a major factor in that.
Absolutely. She did a really nice job in the second half. Kate was kind of saddled with some foul trouble, and Kate there too ended up with a bunch of rebounds, and so those two are going to be that presence, that post presence inside, and it's just so important. And then you get that rebound, it leads to your outlet, or leads to your fast break opportunity. So both of those.
Checking out some other numbers, the team fouls on the night: 18 for Sartell, 15 for Alexandria. Foul shooting, the Cardinals had the edge in makes by 10, and edge in free throw shot by 12. Sartell was 5 of 10 from the stripe. Alexandria 15 of 22. The Cardinals also attempted 22 three-pointers, making 8. McKinley Helsher had 5. Riley Byer with 2 3-pointers, and Abby Evink had a triple. Sartell would end up attempting a total of 23 three-point shots, and the Sabres only made 3 of those 23. Marnie Kuzman with a triple, Kennedy Lewis with a triple, Kaya Schumann with a triple as well. And Russ, I think, some of the concerns that Katie Martin, the excellent head coach for Sartell, had ahead of the broadcast came to realization tonight we need to make shots. And I think they will have nights where they shoot the ball better, but maybe Alexandria's defense has something to do with that too.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, as you mentioned, we talked during the game, they're a young team, and you can see that on the floor that they're still learning. They're still learning the game and what they need to do and how they can best create opportunities for each other. And that'll come throughout the course of the year, and these two teams will match up again later on in the basketball season. And, both teams will progress, and both teams will figure out who they are. And, yeah, you're not going to win many games when you shoot 3 for 23 or whatever it is from the three-point line. And that was one of the things that the Cardinals took a chance tonight. They played a zone. It worked out really good, and obviously it was a good game plan by the coaches. And, that's how you win games in the conference.
Turnovers on the night, unofficially 19 for the Sabres, 17 for Alexandria. Trends in the game, we only had one tie. That was at 5-5. Sartell scored the first 5 of the game, and then Alexandria tied it up. And then the Sabres scored 4 in a row. But then after that, Alexandria outscored Sartell 24-6 the remainder of the first half. And the Lady Cards were up by 29-15 at the break. And though Sartell did get to within 6, trailing 36-30, about 4.5 minutes into the second half, Alexandria then kind of cobbled together a little bit of a surge of their own. I believe it was 9 unanswered points to go up by 15, and Alexandria was able to keep a double-digit lead the rest of the night. The Cardinals would outscore the Sabres 28-21 in the second half. So Alexandria has started the year with 3 successive Central Lakes Conference victories to go to 3-0. Sartell suffers its second defeat in the CLC to go along with the non-conference loss to Spring Lake Park to begin the season. Sartell is now at 0-3 overall. Next up for the Alexandria Girls Basketball team, a road trip to Moorhead on Monday night for a game against the Spuds. And our next broadcast of Alexandria Girls Basketball will be coming up on the Saturday before Christmas. A fun doubleheader at Alexandria Area High School's Polig Court that day, with Alexandria's girls basketball team hosting Monticello. And then right after that, Alexandria's boys basketball team facing the Elk River Elks. Again, both of those games at Polig Court. The JV matchup was won by Alexandria earlier this evening by a final score of 45-21. Russ, before we do let you go for the night, I know that you were on hand to watch the boys basketball team season opener last night. I know Coach Forrest Witt has had to adjust the lineup slightly as Talon Witt is sidelined at the moment. I'll let you, if you have some knowledge, share some background there and your impressions on the season opening win for the Cardinals against St. Cloud Tech.
Yeah, it was your first game, right? You could see that out there, I think, for a lot of those guys. And again, I mentioned, right, Talon is hurt, and then you're replacing 2 really, key seniors in Sampson and Chase. And Tech played good. They were really aggressive, and they hit some shots, but The Cardinals went on a run. It was 31-30. We went up 47-30, and then the second half got it to 24 or 25, and then it ended up being a 14-point game. But, I think, again, it's just a matter of early in the season, right? Everybody's still trying to get their basketball legs, and obviously Talon being out, is something that they'll adjust to. But it's going to be exciting. I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be, a chance for some other kids, obviously, who are going to need to step up and fill those roles that Chase and Sampson played so key last year. And when you're the state champ, you're going to get everybody's best. And I think you're going to figure that out fast throughout the course of the year. This group is that they better be ready to play every night, and they will be. And the coaches will have them ready. And next week, it's much like the girls. We got a three-game week next week, and including down at the breakdown tournament. So we're going to find out quick in this month here. Our next boys broadcast is that Tuesday against Maple Grove, and if you got a chance to come to the gym and watch that game and watch Maple Grove, they got 3 Division I players. They look like a college team, so that's going to be a lot of fun for us.
Yeah, and I know that Alexandria, I think maybe it was in the Capital City Classic last winter that they played Maple Grove, so they actually have some recent history against one another.
Yeah, and Maple Grove, they were very active in the transfer portal, and so they've got a couple of really good players. Ones that were at different places and ended up at Maple Grove somehow. So it's going to be exciting and fun, and I'm looking forward to it.
Russ, great to be working with you once again for Alexandria Cardinal basketball coverage. I've enjoyed our relationship for many, many years, not only talking sports, but as a friend and, such a big supporter of Alexandria Cardinal activities. We will talk with you again, I believe, as that Tuesday, December 16th game when that Maple Grove matchup rolls around. We'll see you then, but good to have you back on the air tonight.
Appreciate it as always, D-Mac. It's great, to get going here with the basketball season, and great to be on the road with you, and always look forward to working with you. You're a true pro, and until next time, right? Go Cards.
Very good. That is a classic closing line that Russ Hinrichs will use frequently throughout the winter season. Big thanks to all of the Alexandria Cardinal sports boosters that helped to present our coverage tonight. Special thanks to Juettner Motors for sponsoring our post-game report. Jackson has been our KXRA radio studio engineer. J.P. Boleen has been our on-site videographer here at Sartell High School. My thanks to Activities Director Bruce Thompson, Facilities Coordinator Porter Siltman, and the entire staff here at Sartell High School. We always feel very welcome as guests when we visit Sartell, and we will look forward to doing that again sometime in the future. Our next play-by-play broadcast will be high school girls hockey on Saturday afternoon. Alexandria versus the Buffalo Bison. Live from Old National Bank Arena inside the Prime West Runestone Health Community Center, Prime West Health Runestone Community Center in Alexandria. J.P. Boleen will pick up a microphone as he'll be providing the commentary as Jeff James will be off tomorrow. So we will join you following a shortened Swap Shop show. You'll hear Swap Shop on KXRA from 105 to 1:30, and then we'll take over on our late media platforms, including on the YouTube channel, with Alexandria versus Buffalo and varsity girls hockey. Pregame on the air at approximately 1:30, and the play-by-play to follow at 2 o'clock. Again, our final score in varsity girls basketball, Alexandria goes to 3-0 after the Lady Cards win at Sartell 57-36. For our late media crew in Sartell, this is DMAC Dave McClurg. Good night from Sartell High School.